learn how to defuse it.
Honestly, if your life really sucks, just take the bomb, go far away, and then let it blow up on you. I'm not gonna lie. What's going on, YouTube? Betsy here, and today we're gonna be doing another reaction. But before we get into it, I just want to let y'all know, I don't care who you are, what you've been through, what you into, or what you do. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. And with that being said, let's get into it. And today we got Why It Sucks to Be a Speedster. This one is by Wallace. Alrighty, I have not watched much of this guy's animations. I did hear that he got some like pretty good ones though. So we just gonna see what he got going on. I would love to be a speedster. If you're watching this, comment your favorite speedster below. Me personally, my favorite speedster has always been Kid Flash. I've always loved Kid Flash. But yeah, let's get into it.
It's 2020 and you're a regular person on your way home from your regular job. But as you walk through the city, you notice something strange.
Okay.
There's a massive storm cloud forming directly above one of the tall buildings nearby.
Alrighty.
It looks unnatural, with lightning crackling inside it and a yellow aura glowing around it. You stop for a minute just to take a look when a bolt of lightning shoots down from the cloud and strikes you directly.
That's always been the thing with like DC Comics though. Like DC Comics, I know it's comics, so it's inaccurate, but lightning striking you would be so like, imagine getting struck by lightning and you just like live through that. Because that's definitely happened before.
That is the last moment of your regular life.
Okay.
You lie unconscious on the ground, but your body isn't resting. The lightning didn't just electrocute you.
So you're probably moving at like lightning speed. So like lightning speed, I assume, right?
Connected you to something that exists outside of normal reality. Inside the lightning
was
the
a Speed
cosmic
Force. It's the Speed
older
Force.
than the
Okay.
universe itself, known as the Speed Force.
Yeah, I called
and
it.
now it's rewriting your biology at a molecular level. After just a few minutes, your body composition changes. Your heart is racing at hundreds of beats per minute, but it's not a heart attack. Your cardiovascular system has rewired itself to be 10 times more efficient than any normal humans.
Okay, nah, but while we on the topic, real talk, if I was a speedster, I would dead be moving like Zoom. I'm not gonna lie. Every single time I'd just be like, zzz, like just straight business and menace material. I'd be moving like Zoom. I'm not even gonna lie.
Body fat burns away, leaving you supermodel lean. You feel like there's electricity running just beneath your
And I desperately do need that.
skin constantly, like a second nervous system. You're not a normal human anymore, and there's no going back. When you finally wake up in a hospital bed, for a second there, everything feels normal. Until you decide to step outside to go for a walk, and suddenly you're 3 blocks away. You reach for your apartment door, and you're already inside before you realize you moved. Time itself has changed for you. The world around you slows down or stops entirely whenever you move. You have super speed. But right now, it's much more of a curse than a blessing. This new time perception creates a form of psychological torture that's almost impossible to explain to anyone who hasn't experienced it. Every moment feels like waiting in line at the supermarket behind an elderly woman who wants to pay for $1,000 worth of groceries in pennies. From your perspective, everyone around you moves in agonizingly slow motion. Conversations that last 30 seconds for them feels like—
Nah, but wait, would you not be able to move in like normal speed though? I assume you'd still be able to move at like normal speed once you like get the hang of it and stuff like that.
like hours for you. You can see every micro expression, every move they make, and even count the individual blinks of their eyes. The patience required just to have a normal interaction with another human being is exhausting in ways you can't describe.
Okay.
Before we go any further, you need to understand what's actually happening when you run. Because super speed isn't just moving fast, it's a complete rewriting of physics as they apply to your body. When you run, you're not just accelerating to high speeds like a car on a highway. You're generating what scientists would call a speed force field around.
Okay, wait. A speed force field. Let me think. How would that work? How? Oh, wait. Because you probably have like so much electric energy like built up that you're. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm noticing.
This field does several things simultaneously. First, it reduces your mass relative to the space around you, which is why you can move without creating sonic booms that would shatter every window you pass.
Fair enough.
Second, it creates a protective barrier that prevents air friction from burning you alive or tearing your skin off. Third, and most importantly, it alters your personal time flow. From your perspective, you're moving at a normal pace. It's the world that slows down around you. But from everyone else's perspective, you're a blur. At your top speeds, you're moving faster than the...
Is that the Hobbit? Yo, that's dope.
Human eye can process. Your reaction time has been enhanced to match your speed. You can process information and make decisions in microseconds. This is why you can run through a crowded street without hitting anyone. You're seeing and reacting to obstacles.
Wait, no, cause like, think about it, right? You see in media all the time that whenever people run through like a crowd of people really fast, everybody in the crowd like dies because of the speed, force, and the wind around it, right? Like that one scene from Invincible. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, how would you run through a crowd of people and nobody would get hurt? That just doesn't make sense.
Long before they become problems. Your brain has been rewired to handle the massive influx of sensory information that comes with moving at these speeds.
Right.
The field also extends slightly beyond your body, which is why you can carry people without them experiencing the full force of your acceleration. When you grab someone and run, the field envelops them too, protecting them from the G-forces that would otherwise liquefy their internal organs. But this extension of the field drains your energy faster. Carrying even just one person significantly reduces your top speed and increases how much food you'll need to recover. When you're moving at high speeds, a few seconds of real time can feel like days or weeks to you. Daily life becomes almost impossible to maintain. You're thinking at speeds beyond sound while everyone around you is moving normally. Having the patience of a normal human now requires constant, inhuman effort. But the loneliness is crushing. You spend months alone with your thoughts, while mere minutes pass in the real world. This is literally...
Oh, that would be kind of sad, though. If everything moved, like... If everything around you moved pretty, like, slow, that would suck. That would suck if everything moved pretty slow around you. Because time would basically be frozen. But that's another thing, though. Hold on. I was wondering ever since I finished Dispatch, if you moved at, like... if you moved faster than the average human being, would you age faster too? Because in DC Comics, the Flash never aged faster. He was just aging at the normal rate with the super speed. But like in real life, would you age faster? That's another thing to consider. And if you did, then would that happen like whenever you use the powers? That's like, yo, this guy's bringing up so many questions that I never thought I had.
Solitary confinement, except you're experiencing it while surrounded by people. You're isolated inside your own perception of time, unable to connect with anyone who isn't moving at your speed. And sometimes you can't even connect with yourself. But the psychological toll is only part of the problem. The hunger hits next, and it's unlike anything you've experienced as a normal human. That's because your body now burns calories at an absolutely absurd rate. You'll need to consume somewhere around 50 times your body weight in food every single day just to maintain your powers and stay conscious. If you weigh 170 pounds, that's 8,500 pounds of food. 4.25 tons. Roughly 4,250,000 calories per day. Eating only hot dogs would cost over $10,000 per day, or about $3.7 million per year. You don't really have money like that lying around, so it looks like you're going to be using your powers to steal from a lot of grocery stores. Your extreme metabolism means that if you overuse your powers without proper nutrition, you'll simply faint. You'll be running across the city at super speed and suddenly wake up on the pavement blocks away with no memory of collapsing. Normal humans might grab lunch and be fine for 5 or 6 hours, but you'll need to eat multiple full meals just to run across town once.
So would your stomach get full? Like, let's say I got super speed. Let's say I pull up to the spot, I eat like 7 pizzas. Would my stomach fill up like after like 2? Or would I not be full until I've eaten all 7? Or would I get full off of all 7 at all?
Now you can't even leave your home without snacks. But that leads to other problems too. You can't hold down normal employment because you're constantly eating or dealing with the consequences of your powers. So say goodbye to that regular person job of yours. Your body heals faster than normal humans, which sounds useful until you understand the horrifying catch. You don't heal correctly without immediate medical intervention. If you
does
break
that
a
mean?
bone and don't get it set properly within minutes, your accelerated healing will lock the bone in whatever position it's in, whether that's correct or not. You need medical intervention to set bones
So you
properly
probably
before
get
your body
bow-legged.
starts repairing itself, which gives you an extremely narrow window. And doctors can't use anesthesia on you because your metabolism burns through it almost instantly. So any surgery becomes way more painful because you'll be conscious and feeling everything
yo.
in slow motion.
That's bad.
But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of your powers is this.
What?
Your power acts more like a virus than a blessing. Sure, the energy you're connected to allows you to access its power, but in exchange, it uses you. It feeds on your emotions and experiences like you're some kind of sensory organ for a cosmic force.
Okay.
The more you use your powers, the more connected you become to this field, and the
Alrighty.
more you risk being absorbed into it entirely.
Noticing.
And it's not a metaphor. There's a literal chance that if you run too fast, you'll be pulled into a dimensional realm where you lose your memories.
You get put into a black hole just from running too fast? So you really can't even use the power. Yo, I've always thought super speed was dope. I'm starting to think it would be sucking as a power, yo.
your sense of self, your humanity, and transform into pure kinetic energy
yo.
forever. The faster you run, the more your body begins converting to pure energy. Your physical form could start to break down at a molecular level. Every
Okay.
time you push your speed to save someone, you're gambling with your own existence. Given all of this, you might think about just not using your powers and trying to live a normal life. But here's the thing, you can't just not use them.
What
The
do you
energy
mean?
in your body creates a constant and almost unbearable urge to move. Sitting still almost feels physically painful. Walking at normal speed feels like you're dragging yourself through concrete. Your body needs to run, and fighting that impulse every moment of every day is exhausting. So you make a choice.
Okay.
If you're going to run anyway, you might as well do something with it. You start small, stop a robbery here, prevent a car accident there. It gives you an excuse to run, a justification for the thing your body is screaming at you to do constantly. You're not
Okay.
trying to be a hero. You're just trying to turn this curse into something that isn't completely self-destructive.
But would that
But
work?
once you save your first life,
It's always the
it
but.
becomes harder to stop. The guilt of not helping when you could now becomes another weight on top of everything else. You can
So? If I can only use them here and there, I'm only gonna use them here and there. I don't know what y'all want me to do.
continue to help people.
Don't know what
and
y'all want me
with
to
your
do.
powers, it starts to feel easy.
Okay.
But you're not invincible. Extreme cold temperatures are now one of your worst fears because your speed is produced by heat buildup in atoms. When you're surrounded by intense cold, your body slows to a crawl. Your greatest strength becomes completely neutralized. The cold almost temporarily stuns your healing capacity, making injuries far more dangerous. Any kind of attack on your senses exploits your enhanced perception and becomes agonizing.
Okay.
Your senses are already operating at superhuman levels, which means sensory overload can completely incapacitate you. Electric
Yo.
pulses can affect your inner ear, causing severe vertigo. You could even develop an absolute fear of using your powers and experience panic attacks whenever you try to run fast. Beyond
That's
all the physical
crazy, bro.
vulnerabilities, your relationships will suffer in ways you couldn't possibly predict.
Like how?
When you're constantly moving faster than everyone else.
Fastest man alive, if you get that reference.
Genuine connection becomes nearly
Why I can't get a date if you get that reference.
impossible. You'll be in the middle of a romantic moment when you
Okay.
hear sirens across the city, and you have to choose between staying present with someone you care about
I'm staying. What?
or running off to save strangers. You can't even introduce them to your life because explaining why you're constantly eating, why you can't keep a normal job, and why you steal so many groceries requires revealing everything. Even if
Okay. If I'm not a superhero, assuming that I'm not a superhero and I'm just like a guy that be wearing a mask to go save people like once a week or twice a week, you can do just that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm bugging, or is he making this aspect seem more crazy?
you
than it
find
is?
someone who can deal with that, the small disappointments will become resentment.
Okay.
You're constantly late to important dinners. You miss birthdays because you were stopping a robbery. Your partner starts planning events without you because they can't count on you showing up. You become unreliable despite being the fastest person on the planet. And then there's the age difference. Your connection to energy appears to slow your aging dramatically. Your partner will get older while you stay young. They'll develop grey hair and wrinkles while you look exactly the same as the day you met them.
So we'd be invincible to aging too?
Knowing you're going to outlive them by decades or potentially even centuries. The burden of being fast enough is its own special torture. With your powers, you should be able to save everyone, but you can't. People die while you're across the city saving someone else. Buildings collapse before you can reach them. Every single failure...
That's too cliche, I'm not doing it.
...is your fault. Because if you were just a little bit faster,
there wouldn't be all that blood on your hands.
You're the fastest person alive, and you still can't prevent every tragedy. But what's worse is when you can be fast enough and still have to choose. Multiple disasters happen simultaneously across the city, and you can hear the emergency calls all at once. Your enhanced senses pick up every siren.
Wait, you'd be able to hear everything too? Yo, this sucks, bro. Yo, this
and you have to decide which one to respond to, because you can't be in 3 places at once. Every time you save someone...
But you can, though. Like, hold on. Like, how can you not be in 3 places at once when you said at, like, the very beginning that you'd be, like, everything else would be, like, hours to you. Like, minutes would be, like, hours to you. If minutes would be, like, hours to you, then in the grand scheme, you technically can be in 3 places at once. Like, if I move my arm here, then move it here, and then move it here, and I do it fast enough, my arm would be in all 3 places because time's moving slow enough. Or am I bugging? Am I yapping? I might be yapping.
And you're choosing to ignore another call. You decide who lives and who dies, and you have to live with those decisions forever. All of this takes a toll on your mind. The mental health consequences are no joke. The constant trauma, the isolation, the altered time perception, the relationship failures, the guilt. Everything compounds into severe PTSD that you just can't ignore. But despite everything, the hunger, the isolation, the constant reminder that this will probably kill you, you keep running. The years blur together in that strange way they do when you're experiencing time differently than everyone else. You save thousands of people, you stop disasters, you become a legend in the city. That blur of motion that always shows up when things go wrong. People start to rely on you, which only makes the pressure worse. Every day you wake up knowing that someone, somewhere, is going to need you to be fast enough. And most days you are, but the days when you're not, those are the ones that stay with you. Eventually, you reach a point where your existence starts to feel completely empty. You've saved the world countless times. You've experienced more in decades than most people do in centuries. And you're still here. Still running. Still alone in your accelerated perception of time. When you can do everything, nothing feels important anymore. Time becomes meaningless. Human worries start to seem pointless. You might spend what feels like years lost in thought, only bothering to resurface when something forces you to. The longer you exist like this, the more detached you become. You start to question everything. What's the point of saving people when you'll just watch them die eventually anyway? What's the point of stopping disasters when new ones happen every day? What's even heroic about stopping a robbery when you're just doing it because your body needs to run? You're just seconds away from quitting everything. But then you hear the alarms. The day has finally come where your city faces an extinction level threat. A nuclear device is going to detonate somewhere downtown and millions of people are going to die. The authorities are evacuating, but you know it won't be fast enough. They don't even know where the bomb is yet. You waste no time and go door to door to every building in the city, looking for the bomb and moving any people you find on the way outside of town. Only a few thousand rooms in, and you find the bomb with 5 seconds left before it detonates. No time to learn how to defuse it.
Honestly, if your life really sucks, just take the bomb, go far away, and then let it blow up on you. I'm not gonna lie.
Only one option. Evacuate the entire city. You run faster than you use it. There's only one option. Evacuate the entire city. You run faster than you've ever run before, grabbing clusters of people. Your body is screaming at you, your muscles are tearing, your heart is beating so fast it should explode. But you keep going. The device is gonna detonate in seconds. Hundreds of thousands of people are still in there. but maybe you can still make it. Maybe if you run faster than you ever have, faster than should be possible, you can outrun a nuclear explosion. Somehow you manage to get every single person in the city with a half a second left on the clock, and you come back to try and defuse the bomb, hoping with your slowed perception you can figure something out. But you're exhausted, your body is breaking down, and you're just not fast enough. You try to run, but the blast catches you on the way back to the city. From anyone else's perspective, it's instantaneous. But for you and your altered perception of time, it stretches out into something much longer. You experience every millisecond of it as the shockwave hits you, as the heat begins to cook you from the outside in, as your body finally gives up. You see moments of your life flash by. You see yourself before the lightning, just a normal person with normal problems. You see the people you love, the ones you lost to time and circumstance. You see all the lives you saved across the years, experiencing them once again in the milliseconds before the explosion consumes you completely. The people of the city will build memorials and remember you as a faceless hero, but you were just a normal person with a curse, trying to live with it.
Jeez. But that is going to be Why It Sucks to Be a Speedster by Wallace, and that was lit. That was a dope video. If you like that video, go check his channel out. That was lit. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe it for me. But with that being said, God bless.
Stay down, came up, God made a way. Stay down, came up, God made a way. Stay down, came up, God made a way. Let me tell you about it.